Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We are testing the new Storm Ion Max.
If you like what we do, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Patreon.
First impressions, it looks neat rolling down the lane. Seems like a potential stronger type benchmark, but could also get a little lost amidst everything else. Alright, where to start with the Ion Max? We saw this Element Max core first in the Ion Pro. That was what I would consider benchmark territory. Had a way cleaner look as you would expect and a really nice punch. The core is not really as strong as the numbers would indicate in my experience, so with the NRG solid cover, I feel this ball's pretty cover dominant. Ball vaguely reminded me of the Rotogrip Tour Dynamics because of that, but I would say the core on the Ion is stronger. What that means is that you see the cover dig in, it's not super early despite being an NRG cover and a low RG core. Just watch the Sub-Zero Forge from Motive if you want to see early. The back end was pretty archy for me, fairly even. I felt like I wanted a bit more back end, to be honest. It was way better from straighter trajectories for me, but it didn't take long for carry to reduce a bit since the cover is so strong. Now, to be clear, I really don't have an issue with the softer arc and a strong cover as it feels very controllable. However, it just didn't punch as nicely as I would like, which reduced my carry a bit. Again, this is compounded with the HPL lanes, which have lots of mid lane friction. We've seen the NRG before, going back to virtual gravity is pretty reliable. It's also going to lane shine, which will make it a bit weaker, but more handy. Plus, I think bowlers on Pro and Villain will get the punch I felt I was missing here. Now on to Tyler, and I was thinking it would look better for a higher rev bowler, and initially Tyler actually saw the same thing I did. Excellent pocket control, low carry. Finally we said, hey, let's get in to where your breakpoint will be a bit closer to 10 down lane, more in the oil. Voila, it looked much better. It's still not a ball that loves huge angles as the cover is just too strong and will run out of steam, but something like 22 to 10 looked great for Tyler. The thing is, I would say the change is subtle. When he was, say, 5 at the breakpoint, at the pins, everything looked fine until it went through the pins, and then you notice the deflection. It's one of those things you really have to pay attention to what the ball is doing at the end of the deck. Again, the cover is, at least out of box, is too strong for this pattern, and house, not in the sense you can't get to the pocket, but takes a bit too much precision to carry. That said, I'm showing you where it works here for us on these lane beds. Now Brian takes a spin with the Ion Max, and again to start he saw the same thing. Pocket was easy to find, carry was elusive. Kept moving in to catch more oil and found a great shot when he got to about, say, 16 to 17 at the arrows to about 10 at the break point. The ball's quite smooth and archy for Brian, so he couldn't swing the ball massively. It tightened him up a touch, and then he kind of missed in a couple times to go high. But then he tried, more angle with slower speed, and it just hooked too much. So he started to edge in further left, and yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe you could say surprisingly, he found the shot pretty deep. I mean, say 18 to about 12 though at the break point, so he had to parallel everything in. Um, Ultimately, he didn't find it super easy either to find carry. The bottom line, all that said, it might sound like we weren't thrilled, and that's not really it. We like the shape, and I think the Storm Ion Max could be a good benchmark, possibly mid control plus or strong control minus, where you have a bit more volume, or the mids don't play with a ton of friction. I always think about where something fits in an arsenal, and that's why I said at the outset, it will need to find its way around other balls that fit more squarely in their respective category. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.